everyone, Laura here with Rags to Rugs. Please help me welcome Ahlony.
Hi.
You might recognize this pretty face from previous videos because she's helped me out on our YouTube channel before. She's agreed to help us out one more time, and today we are going to be making
Batik Bali Beads.
And these are going to be so much fun. Now this is not just a kid-friendly video, this is for adults too. I make these all the time, I love them. I think you're going to be excited to make them as well. Now a lot of people have been asking me why Bali beads. Well, Bali is an island in Indonesia, and it's in Southeast Asia. You might associate Bali with Bali jewelry, Bali dancing. I associate it with batik fabrics. And coincidentally, batiks are made in Indonesia. That's right. And so I love these fabrics so much, in fact, that we now sell them in our company, Rags to Rugs. And because we sell them in our company, we've got a ton of scraps of fabric. So Ahlony and I here decided we were going to figure out a way we could use up some of that scrap fabric, and we decided to make beads. It's taken us a little bit to figure out how to do these, but we've come up with a great way, and these are so much fun. So anyway, we're going to get started right away. Ahlony's going to share with you what you're going to need to gather up if you want to follow along with us. You ready?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to tell everybody what we need to gather up.
Okay, so we're going to need scraps of fabric. We're going to need some scissors. We're going to need chopsticks. We're going to need some glue. And we're going to need some Mod Podge for our fabric. We're going to need elastic cords, a bowl with a lid, and then a slotted spoon.
Very good. Okay, so let's back it up just a little bit.
Okay.
Now, this is batik fabric again that we're using in this video, but you can use any fabric you want. We just kind of like the idea of using the batik since we sell them in the company, right?
Yes.
The chopsticks, if you don't have any, you can usually pick them up at a Chinese restaurant, and they usually have them for free, you know. So we do use just the regular school glue. You can pick that up pretty much anywhere. The Mod Podge fabric, this is important because this is specifically for fabric, and it really does seal the fabric really well. So this is kind of an important part of it. I will provide links for the cords at the bottom of this video, as well as for the Mod Podge, because these are just awesome. I get them both at Hobby Lobby. You're going to like them, and they're important to the jewelry. So we're going to get started right away with step one. So the first thing that you need to do, now this is step one is cutting your fabric, preparing it for your beads. This is some place I don't want you to overthink it. Your fabric, you don't need to get a rotary cutter and mat. You don't need to get a ruler out, a yardstick, or anything like that. Just find some fabric and just kind of cut it real quickly, 6 to 8 inches in length. One end's going to be a little bit wider than the other, so about 1/2 inch on one end and about 1/4 inch on the other. But otherwise, don't overthink it. Just have fun with it, because any size beads are, I mean, you can have wide beads and skinny beads and tiny beads, and yeah, we like the tiny ones. So anyway, we're going to get started now actually making our beads. Okay, so we're ready for step two, and that is actually making the beads. So what we're going to do is we're going to take those strips of fabric that you cut, and Ahlony's going to roll them around the chopstick. She's going to show you how to do it here. You want to make sure that the fabric's really nice and tight on that chopstick. You're going to roll it right on top of itself, starting with the wide end and then down to the narrow end. And we're also going to be using the narrower end of your chopstick. Most chopsticks have a kind of a wider end and a narrow end. So as you can see, Ahlony's wrapping the fabric around the narrower end of her chopstick until she gets to the very end. And what she's going to do then is she's going to fold it over until she's got about 1 inch or so. She's going to take her glue and put a bead of glue on that little end strip. And you don't have to put a teeny, I mean, you can put a lot. And then all she's going to do is take her fingers and roll that glue around the bead. Now you can have, depending on the fabric, you can have some strings and whatever. We can always trim those off later. I can see a couple strings on the one that she just did. And then we're going to set that one aside. We want that glue on those beads we want to allow them to dry for a few minutes before we get ready to put them in the other solution. So she's going to do another one for you now. Again, she just wrapped it around the end of the chopstick, nice and tight with her fingers. Roll it around until she gets to the end. she's going to put a little bead of glue on the end and roll it on around so it kind of seals that bead. You're going fast. You've had a little bit of practice, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
And with her fingers, she's just going to roll that glue around. If you get a little bit of glue on your fingers, you can just wipe it on the napkin.
Oh no, it came off.
Oh, put a little bit more glue. There you go. Because that may happen to somebody else too, right?
Yes.
I always like it when things like that happen in a video. Perfect. She'll slide it off, and this is why we do it on the skinnier end of the chopstick, so it's easier to slide off. And then each time she makes one, she's just putting it right on her spoon here, and we'll explain that in a minute. Yeah, let's do another one. Lay it on top of the chopstick. With your fingers, just make sure it's nice and tight. Roll it around. Kind of tighten as you go, so they're pretty easy. And you can see how fast she just did 3 just like that. She's almost done with the 4th one. Good job. You're an expert. Roll that around and slip it off. And she'll continue to do a whole bunch more of these, but I want to move on to the next step now and show you what we're going to do next. So step 3, we're going to make a solution in the bowl with the lid that we told you might need. We're going to be using the Mod Podge fabric, and we're going to combine some water with that. So in here is equal parts of Mod Podge and water. There's approximately 3 tablespoons of the Mod Podge and approximately 3 tablespoons of water in here, and you're just going to stir it up and mix it up. And then what Lonnie's going to do is she's going to take the beads. You can see how she's done this so many times. She put it on her slotted spoon, and she's going to lower it into the solution and drop them in there. And you can just go with the spoon, kind of get stuck on the spoon, and make sure they're really covered. Now this part you want to leave them in that solution for about 5 minutes. The reason why we're using this, because Mod Podge, what it does is it seals the fabric and it seals the edges, so there's not going to be as many threads. And it's also going to be good it's not, you don't have to worry about them getting wet or anything like that. But the thing of it is you need to allow this to dry overnight for about 24 hours minimum. So we're going to leave that in there just for a few minutes. Preferably 5 minutes, but just to demonstrate, we're going to go ahead and take those out. You can show them how that's done. They're so fun to work with. Now, because we didn't leave the glue on very long, we might find 1 or 2 of these at the end, where we glued it in. It may come off, but that's okay, because if you allow that glue to dry as long as we recommend, that won't happen. But I can see one that's a little bit loose, and what Lonnie's going to do is just take that out and kind of just use her finger. That's okay. It's okay. I can also see some threads, but this solution's going to take care of those threads too. There's another one. Good job. Oh, they're so pretty. This solution also, this Mod Podge, puts a kind of a shiny. Did you lose it?
Yeah.
It's in there somewhere.
Can't find it.
There it is. There it is.
Oh, it came out.
That's okay. Look at that. You already put it back. Yeah, just make sure that you drip off as much of the solution as you can. But for the sake of this video, we're kind of speeding this up just a little bit. And again, we'll want to leave those to dry for 24 hours. But we're going to move on now, and we're actually going to make a bracelet.
Yes.
Out of the beads that we made a couple of days ago. So you can show them. You want to put your hand out and show them some of the beads you've made? And you can see some of our bracelets too. Look at that. Whole bunch of these. And what's cool about these are almost rock hard. Once this dries and seals, I mean, these had a lot of threads on them, but they've just pretty much disappeared now. So what she's going to do now is use that elastic cord that we told you about. And again, I'm going to share some links at the bottom of this video so you can go to Hobby Lobby or order online your own cord. This is amazing stuff. And she's going to take a piece of this elastic cord. You see how stretchy it is. We kind of pre-measured around her wrist and just added a little bit more so that you can tie a bow or however you want to do it. But I think we figured out, was it 8 beads that we wanted to use on yours? Okay.
It would be either.
So she'll show you how easy it is now just to bead these on here. Because of the chopstick, we've got a nice space in the center of these beads that then this cord just slips right on. I'll hold this in so they don't fall off. And she kind of likes just doing random colors, so they just literally just slip right on, slide on. Oh, this is gonna be gorgeous. Who's this one gonna be for?
You.
Me?
Yes.
I did not know that. I do now. Thank you. You're picking all my favorite colors. So anyway, then this is pretty much it. And you're going to tie a bow right here. And then you've got this beautiful bracelet all ready to give as a gift to me.
Yes.
So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Leave your message, your comments below, and we'll answer them as best as we're able. So thank you so much for watching our video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you make lots of bracelets and necklaces, and maybe for teacher gifts, friends gifts, grandma gifts, whatever. I mean, they're fun, they're easy, they're fast. As always, thank you for watching our YouTube channel. Thank you for checking out future videos. And as always, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so that you'll be notified every time we do add another video. And in the meantime, make it a great day.